Go, go, go. What is your problem? There we go. Okay. I'm going to write an email. She doesn't respond. Anyway, we're going to find some topic to get God's response. Let's see. What's a good article? Nothing good. How about, what the is this? No, we're not doing that. What does God think or smell? So, first of all, so this is glot.io snippets. This picks some random words. So here we go. Okay, so we get a response, a couple minutes. We're going to NIST 727. So here's NIST. They have, you know, we could go to other random sources. So they publish, first, beacon-generated numbers cannot be predicted before they are published. Second, the public time-bound authenticated nature allows user application to prove to anybody that it used truly random numbers not known before a certain point in time. Third, this proof can be presented offline and at any point in the future. Can't believe we did this topic. Pardon the French. 29530. We picked the first 5 decimal digits. Shoo. In his shoes that were on his feet. What? Blood. What does blood smell? I know what blood smells like. Oh, okay. Blood. What else can we talk about? Let's go to Reddit. Christmas. Really stupid. Really stupid. Okay. So now we go. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Hey, I'm tiny. Okay, let's see. 33. So 80966. No, 8096. 80996. 80996. What? Did I close that window? Damn it. 80996. Is that what it was? 80996. What are we talking about? Oh, I almost closed it. What are we talking about? I forgot what we were talking about. E.T. Okay. Okay. Everything from Microsoft is a sour note that you don't want to hear. Bill Gates is a sour note that you don't want to hear. It's like, make it stop. What do you think, Mr. God? The is this? Oh, let's... Wicked. Wicked heathens. You're going down. Watch this. Everything is a sour note. I don't even know what this is about. Let's just go get one directly. Pow. Let's just do this. Oh, you know what we should do? We're live, so. What if God wasn't ready? I tricked God. Let's see if he's ready. 7679. Heathen niggers. I hate when that happens. Okay, let's do some more. Let's find some more. No, that's the best time. Just I don't. Emacs. Well, we didn't do that instruction. So inside TempleOS is inside TempleOS in the compiler directory. There's a file called opcodes, and it has the opcodes with the addressing modes, and I didn't do SSE MMX, but the only I did I put the register names so I started doing them, but I didn't do them. So you can't do MMX SSE because you. I don't know if Linus. Who is it who says because you? It sounds like Linus. God is the boss. You're not the boss of me. Some people don't know that integer arithmetic is faster than floating point. Now, you know what we're going to do? We are going to go to random.org and get a number. No, let's go to hotbits. We're going to take the first 5 decimal digits. And so, line 06716. Oh, 6716. Six, 7, 1, 6. Normally I can see. So somebody else can do it. I don't know if we want it. I think it's crap. If you're doing matrix math, otherwise it's crap. A lot of people there's a lot of important matrix math, but She doesn't talk to me. Okay. So let's go. United or let's see who's going to win. United or Leicester? What the hell is that? Arsenal. United or let's see who's going to win. United or Leicester? Oh, we're doing 100,000. 47263. 47263. And the Lord says, hey, there's disassemblers. Disassemblers. I have heard the congregation of evildoers and will not sit with the wicked. I will wash my hands with innocency. So will I compass thy altar, O Lord, that I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving and tell of all thy wondrous works. Lord, I have loved the habitation of thy house and the place where thy honor dwelleth. Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men, in whose hands is mischief, and their right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, I will walk in my integrity. Redeem me, and be merciful unto me. My foot standeth in an even place. In the congregation will I bless the Lord. How about that? A little miracle. Let's do another one. Who is?
How about
You
that?
don't.
A little miracle.
You don't know who that is?
They gave authorities to slip in a prayer. Now the foremost wanted men in the world are stealing on Christ. What's funny is amateur life is now a global phenomenon. Look, pretending. You see that, right? Amen. Toyota, let's go places. This episode is sponsored by Audible. Back in the day, sailors used to tell stories about these monster waves. These waves were enormous. 2 to 3 times taller than the tallest average wave, even in stormy conditions, and big enough to sink ships as big as ocean liners and oil platforms. They would talk about being battered by this giant wave and barely living to tell the tale. And these waves would form in the open ocean, randomly, spontaneously, and without an obvious cause. But people tend to exaggerate, and scientists who study the ocean didn't buy it. These tales of so-called rogue waves were happening far too frequently to be true. And according to their calculations, rogue waves could form based on a wave phenomenon known as superposition. When 2 waves combine crest to crest, the waves double in size, and when they combine crest to crest, they...
Let's see what Mr. God says about that. 14954. Thus I cleansed Thus cleansed I them from all strangers, and appointed the wards of the priests, of the Levites, every one in his business, and for the wood offering at times appointed, and for the first fruits. Remember me, O my God, for good. Book of Esther. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, this is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even to Ethiopia, over 120 provinces, that in those days when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace, in the 3rd year the reign, he made feast unto all his princes and servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him, shewed the riches of his glorious kingdom in honor of his excellent majesty many days. Okay, enough of that. Dud, I guess, I don't know. So,
Yes, I don't know. So,
she,
yes, I don't know.
she was a, where she worked as a software engineer designing mobile apps. So, she programs, I guess. She went to MIT. The other day I was speculating if she used Linux, and somebody said that at MIT they would laugh at you if you used Windows. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, so she could do it. What do you think? You think she... Let's see what God says. You think she could do SSE, MMX? Where are we going here? So this is... She's got better things to do, to be honest. Doesn't she have better things to do? I think she's... She's good in front of the camera. Not everybody's good in front of the camera. What do you think, Mr. God? Good in front of the camera? What do you think of Stallman, Mr. God? Let's go. Two 21653. 21653. And the chariots of Israel cried unto the Lord, for he had 900 chariots of iron. 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lepidoth, she judged Israel at that time. and she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinoam, out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, Hath not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, Go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and the children of Zebulun, and I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand. And Barak said unto her, If thou wilt go with me, then I will go, but if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go. Prophetess. So let's find something else. Yeah, say something you want God to talk about. Quantum entanglement. That's boring. So this person probably doesn't. So I have a lesson to teach. Okay, we're going to do a hardcore lesson. Okay, so there are a lot of let's say we're keeping track of pennies. Okay, so it's important to keep in mind cash miss. So what we do is we do these twice. Oh, we should you know what I should do? Oops. What? You idiot. Fuck. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of weird. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, anyway. So look at the time. What do you notice? It's 6 times slower, or 5 times. About 5 times, or whatever. Or, okay, so let's take that. There are a lot of, I find the stupidest people. If I'm using integer math, they assume it's because I don't have a floating point processor. When I was young, the float was 10 times slower. Now it's about 5 times slower. Anyway, I can't even talk to somebody who's so stupid. So, if you can use integer, use integer. Now, how can you use integer for fractions? Well, let's okay, so equals 505. Well, let's just do 505 just for see what happens. Now my compiler is not very good, I guess, is what you'd have to say. So it looks to be the same. So what can we do if you want to do money? I learned this at Ticketmaster. If you want to do money, put pennies into an integer. If you want to do money, put pennies into an integer. And that's the best. I guess some people have to have fractions of a penny. Not very often. So, what about if we have 100 times sine 1.0? Okay, so what if we have some decimal? Now look, we have error. It's supposed to be 84.1. Now what can we do in order to make this work? I'll tell you what you do. You take this, shift it 32, and when you print it, well, let's just see. I fucked that up. What am I doing? Well, this is embarrassing. Do you have any? Oh, you know what? This might not work. Let's do this. Okay, I really hate life. I'm not having a good day. Let's divide by 32. Oh, that's kind of weird. Why didn't it convert it? I might have a compiler bug. What the? We are way up. First of all, let's change it to U. I don't think that's going to make a difference. I am not happy. Let's print this puppy. Maybe it's overflowing. No, it's not over. %D. Should be 100 times sign. 84. Okay. So it's 84. We're adding. Oh, this is, we have to say. Okay. We're off by 2. $32. Got any ideas, people? This is embarrassing. Oh, did I do that? Son of a... You know, the two F64 might not work. I can look at the machine code. Oh, it's overflowing. That's no excuse. $84.14. Okay. 80. Let's divide by 1 to the 32. Well, $84. Okay, we're getting warm. Now, there we go. Look at that. That's beautiful. Now, what the is the problem? Are we overflowing? Why would we? 100 million? What is this, 100 million? Oh, we're overflowing. You idiot. I always have this problem. This happened the other day. Okay. So we take 10 to the 32 times sine, and so we have some error, but the time is 3 times faster. So this, my friends, is what's known as fixed point math. And anyway, a lot of people they make me furious when they say it's for no floating point processor. Make me furious. Now, on a with the better compiler, the results might be closer. That's possible. Anyway, so let's go ahead and let's talk to God. We're going to get some radioactive numbers. Radioactive. Hot bits. So this genuine random numbers generated by radioactive decay. We're going to take the first 5 decimal digits. 99780. 99780. 99780. 99780. Shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, the great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and she shall be found no more at all. What? I have tests. Here's the, I have tests. This is 168 tests, each about a couple seconds. What do you think of Stallman, Mr. God? 34235. 34235. And it came to pass when King Hezekiah heard it, that he rent his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of the Lord. And he sent Eliakim, which was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests covered with sackcloth to Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos. And they said unto him, Thus saith Hezekiah, this day is a day of trouble and of rebuke and blasphemy, for the children are come to the birth, and there is not strength to bring forth. And it may be the Lord thy God will hear all the words of Rabshakeh, whom the king of Assyria, his master, has sent to reproach the living God, and will reprove the words which the Lord thy God hath heard. Wherefore lift up thy prayer for the remnant that are left. God made TempleOS. Right, Mr. God? What's the matter for you? Hang in there, pie. Deep and delicious, Stephen Hawking, rich vengeance. The Inquirer, Angel, watch buddy. Ordinarily joking charity. What luck? Be right back. Yep, atrocious. Wow, I love this spunky. I'm beginning to wonder. Baffling, fun, incredibly. Yo, class, shut up. Really will endure. Oh, where's the other thing?
The life cycle model says that a great deal of that, the original traditional view was that have to crumple that piece of paper. Oh, some homo.
Some homo doing something. Fuck that. That. Let's see what God says. God says. I have a fan. Well, let's see. I have built-in functions. I am the world's chosen programmer. I was given divine intellect. What do you think of Donald Trump, Mr. God? What do you think of the Donald? The Donald. What do you think? I haven't been paying attention. I lost interest. 81489. They just say the same thing over and over after you've heard it. Lo, he is there. Believe him not, for false Christs and false prophets shall rise and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. Behold, take ye heed. Behold, I have foretold you all things. But in those days, after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. Okay, I won't vote. Are you making icons weep? 60225. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore I will give men for thee, and people for thy life. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east, and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from afar, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Even every one that is called by my name, for I have created him for my glory. I have formed him, yea, I have made him. Bring forth the blind people that have eyes, and the deaf that have ears. Let all the nations be gathered together. Let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this and show us former things? Let them bring forth their witnesses, that they may be justified. Or let them hear and say, it is truth. Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servants whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. Okay. Oh.
Okay.
There's two of them.
Oh, shit. There's two
there are different vocabularies. So we can go to this one.
There are different vocabularies.
Decree, session, loose, superfluously, thefts, omen, infirmity, adultery, prated, whereof recommend journey, where pleasantly delightfulness, deal, mixture, alive, language, conservative, Colorado, grammarian, windy, praised, starting, willeth, knowledge, storing, devoted, roared, judging, moderate. Yeah, I can talk about my text editor. So we ran the test suite. Why don't you, if you're writing a text editor, why don't you go to the kernel directory and look at this is my emergency editor. It's only, it's about, it's 300 lines of code, and I suggest you do that. So I'm going to post a link. My editor is ultra deluxe and complicated. My emergency editor is probably what you want to look at.
Is probably what you want to look at.
If you want to know what my editor can do, what do we got here? What are we doing? We're doing this. So my editor is I use it for my command line, and this is, it has page commands. It can do columns of text like this. It can do graphics and columns of text. It has page width. It has margins. It has, so the full editor is probably not what you want to do. It has graphics and source code. It has active links. It has syntax highlighting. It's really deluxe. That's why I showed you the emergency editor. The command line is the same editor, and it has links and it has macros, links and macros. This is a prompt PT. There's a routine. This is the heart of the editor, recalc. It does word wrap. It does, anyway. The editor is Ultra Deluxe. No fonts. It doesn't do fonts. So it's not that. Editors. So this is the heart. The heart of the editor. The recalc. It redraws
So this
everything.
Is the heart. The heart of the editor. The recalc. It redraws everything. The heart.
So, as you can imagine, there's a big switch statement with all the keystrokes. All the keys have their own this is cursor left is kind of complicated. For sure. I think the editor's really complicated. I'm not going to waste my time talking about it. I could. Well, it's awful. There's a lot of people in denial on God. These people are in denial on God. So let's 97737. World, but was manifest in these last times for you, who by him do believe in God that raised him up from the dead and gave him glory, and your faith and hope might be in God. Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren, see that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently. Be born again, not of corrupt seed, but of incorruptible, by the word of God, which liveth and abideth forever. For all flesh is as grass, and the glory of man is as the flower of grass. The grass withereth, and the flower thereof falleth away. But the word of the Lord endureth forever. And this is the word which by the gospel is preached unto you. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and guile, and all guile, hypocrisies and envies, all evil speaking, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. That was a dud, more or less. Not miraculous. What'd you think of the race, Mr. God? Oh, come on, you get a cookie. Can you hear me now? Daunting, dude, such a scoffer. Dude, such a scoffer. Revolution tomorrow. Incredibly threads, you're lucky. Now that I think about it, enough Obama drama. Outrageous. Oh, hell no. Yawn, Icarus. Wrath stuff. Hosta. Hey, that's right. Strip application. Off the record. And that's all, folks. Driving, be right back. Don't mention it. I didn't see that. Nope. I'll think about it. Not very miraculous. Driving, be right back. Don't mention it. I didn't see that. Nope. I'll think about it. Not very miraculous. I redraw everything 30 times a second. As a matter of fact, I even redraw what's not on the screen. If we go in the Bible, as a matter of fact, we're using 53% of a CPU, so it's doing the whole Bible. I redraw everything. I did do an optimization for okay, so the command line window is a document, and you can it's the editor. So the command line is my editor, and what I did, okay, so I have that. I told you that the recalculate is the heart of my editor, and that goes through the whole document. Actually, when you do this, it only does the bottom part of the document. So as a matter of fact, I don't redraw the whole document when I'm... Now, what if we put the cursor right here? It does from the cursor down. Okay. So, so when it redraws, it goes from the cursor down and does the remainder. There's a reason why I redraw the whole document. watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a margin, Control L, page setting, left margin 40. Okay, so we have a margin command. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to do, what are we on? We are on line, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to say Control L, cursor movement. We are going to go up the page minus 2000. So it's kind of ridiculous how powerful my editor is. It redraws the whole document 30 times a second, but it's really powerful. Oh, it also, anyway, so I placed a priority on features. What? Okay. See what God says. God says, absolutely, positively, no more Jared astronomical fight. You're fired. Shortman, I love this climate radio piece adjusted for inflation. You never know Jesus app completely. Whoop, there it is. Resume, you'll see. Rich kludge. Are you feeling like a catastrophe? Service sector, you're out of your mind. Threads, now that I think about it. But of course, from sad, naughty, fun, repent. Well, mine is better. Mine you don't need, if you want to do assembly, watch this. Well, you can just put assembly instructions. It recognizes them by the opcode. It recognizes the opcodes. So we printed "Hello World." I am the best programmer on earth. I was given divine intellect in order to make this. God, I consulted God the whole time and he puppeted me. What do you think of Obama? Two 26856. Threw and abused me, but his armor bearer would not, for he was sore afraid. Therefore Saul took a sword and fell upon it. And when his armor bearer saw that Saul was dead, he fell likewise upon his sword and died with him. So Saul died, and his 3 sons, and armor bearer, and all his men, that same day together. And when the men of Israel that were on the other side of the valley, and they that were on the other side of Jordan, saw that the men of Israel fled, and that Saul and his sons were dead, they forsook the cities and fled. And the Philistines came and dwelt in them. And it came to pass on the morrow that the Philistines came to strip the slain, that they found Saul and his 3 sons fallen in Mount Gilboa. Obama is an atheist, pretty much. The CIA is atheists. They're fighting God as hard as they can. What do you think of this, Mr. God? Say something about this. You are going to make God's temple, and I... What are you confusing people for? 14 nanometer could become a long node? What are you talking about? Maybe they're talking about the assembly that I just did. You're going to make a divinely designed chip. Are you going to design the chip, God? Okay, let's go. Five, 4, 6, 3, 7. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. Heaviness in heart of man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. A slothful man roasts not which he took in hunting, but the substance of a diligent man is precious. In the way of righteousness is life, and in the way thereof there is no death. Intel is evil. That's why they're struggling. They used to be good. When I'm in charge, I am firing. This man is fired. The little made the chips slower, and he's trying to make them tiny. He's trying to get rid of the desktop. That. Doing the opposite of what I said. He's fired. You want to see how to make a built-in function. What function should we make? I wouldn't count on tricky stuff working with my compiler. I wouldn't count on tricky stuff working. I should say I made a new language and it works the way it works. See if we have any questions.
See if we have any questions.
So Spider-Man is a homo, pretty much. Is Spider-Man a homo, Mr. God? The brain cannot understand what a random number is. The brain cannot understand what a random number is. Seven nine oh nine seven. If you read this, God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. Jesus says, God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. I asked God if the world was perfectly just. He asked if I was calling him lazy. So there's justice in this life, and I'm very doubtful of another life. think of that, Mr. God? God likes elephants. What are we gonna do?
Oregon and New Mexico, that was Indiana. But you understand how people see this as exceptional. Basically, both candidates understanding and recognizing the fact that they're not going to win on a first ballot and making a deal, essentially saying, you take this state, I'll take this state. Yeah, well, for both of these individuals, the second ballot is critical to getting the nomination. And for John Kasich's side, you know, he wants to have that opportunity because he is, of these three candidates still in the race, the only one who has proven that he can win in November. And ultimately, there's no point in this entire exercise of having a primary process like this if Republicans cannot win in November. The goal is to other 16 words in President Bush's State of the Union address the rest of the war. How many know my wife's name? Now, how can you know one and not the other? When did the question move from why are we going to war to who is this man's wife? I asked the first question, but somebody else asked the second, and it worked. Because none of us know the truth. The offense that was committed was not committed against me. It was not committed against my wife. It was committed against you. All of you. So if that makes you angry, or feel misrepresented, do something about it. When Benjamin Franklin left Independence Hall just after the second draft, he was approached by a woman on the street. The woman said, Mr. Franklin, what manner of government have you bequeathed us? And Franklin said, a republic, ma'am. If you continue, the responsibility of a country is not in the hands of a privileged few. We are strong and we are free from tyranny as long as each one of us remembers his or her duty as a citizen.
Theocracy, bitches. Say hello to theocracy. I didn't mean that. I didn't know I was sexist. I'm not sexist. Theocracy. Bust out some time travel, Mr. God. Bust out some time travel. Time travel on my mark. Time travel 38546. So King Rehoboam strengthened himself in Jerusalem and reigned, for Rehoboam was 140 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord had chosen out of all the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Naamah, an Ammonitess. And he did evil because he prepared not his heart to seek the Lord. Now the actual Rehoboam, first and last, are they not written in the books of Shemaiah, the prophet, and of Iddo, the seer, concerning genealogies? And there were wars between Rehoboam and Jeroboam continually. And Rehoboam slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David. And Abijah, his son, reigned in his stead. Well, that wasn't very funny. God, that was lame. Genealogies. Oh well.
Oh well.
Okay, so here's a 3 gigahertz timer. A 3 gigahertz timer is sufficient. What do you think of Stephen Hawking, Mr. God? There's an oracle in the Jewish temple. This is an oracle, 85964. 85964. And Jesus said unto him, I am the bread of life. He that come to me shall never hunger. He that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I say unto you that ye also have seen me and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. For I came down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which hath sent me, that of all which he gave me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again on the last day. So that was a belated reference to the battleship Hot bits uses nuclear decay. Search for hot bits in Google. Okay, let's ask about Trump. How about immigration? Let's ask about immigration. God said to castrate immigrants. Okay, we're going to take the first 5 decimal digits. This is the Bible. It's got 100,000 lines, almost exactly. I'm trying to, damn it. How can I grab the bottom? I want. Son of a. There's some stupid in Linux. Why? Anyway. Fuck. Oh, I know how. Never mind. Okay, we want 5 digits. So 3, 3, 6, 7, 8. They're all decimal. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8. Every man to their tents. And Joash king of Israel took Amaziah king of Judah, the son of Jehoash, son of Ahaziah, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate of Ephraim unto the corner gate, 400 cubits. And he took all the gold and silver and all the vessels that were found in the house of the Lord into the treasures of the king's house and hostages, and returned to Samaria. Now the rest of the acts of Joash, which he did, and which is... Okay, well... Hot bits. This pisses me off. I think if you... Control... How do you, there's a Alt-Shift or something like that. Fuck. That's fucked up. I was just trying to make the window smaller. In Linux is fucked up.
Your call is very important.
I almost banned the person that said USB doesn't work. I came real close to banning them. In fact, I might. Okay, let's. 30657. 30657. So she turned and went to her own country, she and her servants. Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 636 talents of gold, beside that he had of the merchantmen, and of the traffic of spice merchants, and of the king of Arabia, and the governors of the country. And King Solomon made 200 targets of beaten gold, 600 shekels of gold, and went in one target. And he made 300 shields of beaten gold. 3 pounds of gold went into one shield, and the king put them in the house of the forest, Lebanon. Okay, that was a miracle.
Tap the screen to support what you'll be listening to next. Wherever you browse on our site, the audio continues uninterrupted. These health plans and employers. Learn more at Optum.com. And from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, working with others to build a culture of health, enabling all in America's diverse society to lead healthier lives, now and for generations to come. On the web at rwjf.org. This is Weekend Edition from NPR News. I'm Rachel Martin. And it's May 1st, May Day, which, depending on how you celebrate, means workers protesting in the streets or dancing around a maple. If there's one thing that can bring us all together, though, it's the puzzle. Joining me now is Will Shorts, puzzle editor of the New York Times and Weekend Edition's Puzzle Master. Hey, Will, good morning.
Good morning, Rachel.
And remind us of last week's challenge.
Yes, I said name a famous singer, first and last names, the last 4 letters of the first name, spelled backward, plus the first 4 letters of the last name, spelled forward, read together in order, name a section of products in a drugstore. What is it? Well, the singer is Mariah Carey, and that section is the hair care section.
Okay, I'm gonna shut down